Hi, this is like Geoduck from the forums. As you know, I usually do slingshot forums, but due to the winter and the hit and miss weather, I can't do any videos I would like outside. So tonight, I figured I'll do my other interest that I've picked up the past month or something like that, week or so, whatever, and that's blowguns. But before I do that, I do have in plan in the future to do a video finally shooting my SPS that I got from Performance Catapult. Excellent shooter. It's got an extra pinhole in there as an identifier of mine. So either I'm the only one or the first one with the SPS. He had EPS models before that had 3 pins, but there's the 3rd pin. Anyway, that doesn't do anything. That's just how I am. But anyway, excellent shooter. But this is in the future. I'll do this. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jim. Thanks for the excellent slingshot. But I've been tinkering around with blowguns, as I've been saying, and we have another forum, a sister forum of slingshot forum is Blowgun forum. I'll put the links down on the bottom. But I'll be shooting my homemade see-through PVC blowgun. Anyway, but today I want to show how I make my paper darts, and then I'll be shooting it. Quick and easy method. If you see in forums or on YouTube rather, there's a lot of videos showing how to do it. I'll give a shout out to Ray, Natural Fork. He's one of the first people I saw make paper targets, and off of that and some other videos I sort of copied off of that and made a little slight changes to suit my my needs. So I'll give a little tutorial. Some of it will be the same, but little techniques that I've picked up for myself. I don't know if it's new or a combination of either way. So I'm making these paper targets, and I'll show you, and I'll be back. Alright, here you go. To make this simple little paper dart, if you want to make a template so you can make it semi-consistent shaped cone, you'd have to make one like this with a harder stock. So I want to show you how to make this template real quick, and if you don't want to make the template, that's how you would make the darts every time, but it's not guaranteed to be consistent. So first thing you need to do is cut a 1/3 of magazine paper, a 1/3 lengthwise. You have to get it's a little glossy, a little bit of weight, but not too heavy. You'll have to work around and find the right magazine for it. But to make the template, use a heavier stock part of the magazine, usually like the outer covers, and you would grab and like this with your finger at an angle, the corner furthest away from you, angle it, and just start wrapping around your finger. You do that, you twist and pull, you have to sort of inch it out. A nice tight cone. Okay, if you're making the dart itself, you leave a little hole bit for toothpick, just for a tip. You don't have to if you don't want to use the toothpick as a hard tip. You just pull it and make it more of a point at the end. After you do so, it's kind of hard to get too much of a point with the harder stock, but you tape it or glue it. Some tape. This is just for the template right now. I'll show you how I secured the other one a little bit better. But average tape I used for my template, I used my daughter's colored tape. Anyway, so after you do that, for the dart, you stick it in here, cut it right here to size. Then you're gonna have to work it out and trim a little bit so it's not too tight. It goes in there nice and even. That's the dart. Okay. Now for the template, okay, so that's the dart if you cut it, and then you're good to go. You secure it some more. But for the template, how I made the template, I taped it up. See this black tape right here? That black tape is the indicator where I should stop, where I should start my dart. I taped it right there. So I'll be working from there down. Alright, the tape that I'm using, since I'm, as you can see, I'm actually keeping the tape. I used to use glue, but now I'm using this tape because I found it works really well. I make this for some of my cones, but it's a little bit too light. I got this at the painter section at Home Center. It's really sticky. It looks like it's not duct tape. I don't know if you can see it. It's got some lines in it, but it's patterned. But it's really thin. I guess it could be duct tape, but I think it's some kind of paper's masking tape, but it's really sticky but light. And it has almost a rubbery feel, almost like electric tape, but not quite. So it's tough. A little bit heavier than standard Scotch tape, but that's what I'm using. So with my template, I'm starting from down here. Cut a decent length so that I know that could wrap around there. And then I cut that length in half, giving me two quasi-equal strips. So I take my first strip and sticky side out, and at the bottom of my indicator mark, I wrap it around. Just enough where it sticks. Then I cut that excess off, which I want to use at a later point. May or may not use, but don't need to go around twice. Okay, so this part right here is sticky side up. Alright, now I get the paper for my dart. In the same way I would do it with my finger, I will do it with a piece of paper. I mean with the, not the finger, with the template. Sticking it on the tape, keeping it snug and rolling it. I'll take this end, that little piece I have left over. Alright. That's that tip. Now I go back to the back end. Make sure it's pushed up there. Get my other piece and place it down, sticky side, and I stick it onto the dart itself, not the template, the dart itself. And I work my way around it until I make contact, overlap the other end, and I cut this piece off. And I'll be using that later for touch-up probably. Alright. Okay, I want to go get my size, make sure my sizing is right. I did that a little bit too high, but that's alright. Alright, well, I was a little bit off on my setup, but if you had it lined up right, you should have a remaining strip of tape there. So, but that's alright. So, get my toothpick. Slide it in there to the tip. Then pull it out a little bit. A little super glue. Push it in. The other little piece of tape. Alright, there you have it. Now, the reason you try to put this, when I did the first two steps, low enough so you ensure you don't cut it, because this is going to be loose and it could open up a little bit. So what I want to do just to solve that, you could also do it if you don't want tape. I want to put a little glue on this spot here. Push it back up there. And this keeps it just from unraveling again. And if you don't want to use so much tape, you could coat it with glue, It's not really necessary. You don't want too much. You don't want to make this too heavy. But that's that. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright. As you can see, I got her loaded up in my blowgun. I'm just going to shoot at my little styrofoam pad. There you go. And that's it. Too easy. I want to step back about 10-15 feet. Alright, that's that. You can make a bunch of them pretty quick once you get the hang of it and you're not trying to give instruction as well. I'll catch you guys later. Like I said, if you're interested in blowguns, check out blowgunforum.com. Interested in slingshot, slingshotforum.com. Catch you on the forums. Peace.